Welcome, everyone, to the Road to Grand Centurion, a course designed to excel your business from the key foundational programs right up to our Grand Centurion level. So let's get started and hop on board. This is an advanced course to be taken after the fundamental programs such as Quick Start, Heritage Coaching Academy, and others like Chris Leader, Brian Buffini, etc. All those programs really do engage you to make the most of your business and individual production. There are some team programs out there. They're few and far between, but we are going to get into how to scale your business and how to grow it individually as well. So every Monday, and actually, we're not going to say every Monday, scheduled Mondays throughout the next few months, we do have 10 a.m. seminars. We are going to be going over certain components that I'm going to go over in a minute. Those will be recorded and we will post them on YouTube as well as on our new training platform that we will be able to share with you. And then you can engage in the network coaching sessions with your management team on Thursdays, as well as other realtors. If you are taking this course on the video series after the coaching sessions, you can feel free to reach out to our management team at any point in time to sit down with you and engage with the content. So those scheduled Thursdays at 1 o'clock are in person, and we're going to be having that at each office location. Now, you must attend 80% of those sessions in order to receive that certificate that we give at the end of our coaching sessions. So make sure you attend. So let's talk about the stops along the way. Today, we're going to go over the foundational course content, and that is a review from previous courses that you've taken. It could have been Heritage Coaching Academy last year or one of our Quick Start programs, but we're going to review that to make sure you're up to date on the content, because we can't take it to the next level unless those foundations are in place. Number two, we're going to talk about what a rainmaker is and how to be a rainmaker. If you're not currently having a pipeline of business on a daily basis, a weekly basis coming to you, you need to make sure that you're putting systems again in place, as well as prospecting, and make it rain. Prospect for those referrals every single day. How do you scale your business? And that's really what we're talking about in order to excel to the next level. How do you leverage either time or funds or money to scale your business? That is going to be in the third session. Number four, hiring. Having key components on your, I'm going to call it team. It could be a key administrator. It could be more team members. It could be people around you that are helping you, okay, build your business. So putting those key components in place and working better through others. The need to feed. Okay, if you're building out a team program, we're going to get into teams. You need to feed them with leads. So how do you make it rain? And how do you feed them into your funnel for your team members? And at the end, we're going to wrap things up and just put together a great business plan in order for you to go out and execute and review on a quarterly, mid-year, yearly basis. So grab your gym buddy, and I'm going to ask you to come out on Thursdays. It is great to be in a learning environment where everyone's there to help each other out. So we're going to have the managers facilitate this. Again, if you're watching this on a video series where this isn't, let's say, scheduled in your office at this point in time, that's okay. You can reach out to our management team, but for the next few months, we do have scheduled Thursday sessions as a networking group. So come on out and learn through others, help share, bring out I was going to call homework assignments so you can get feedback on that. So where does your road start? Where are you at in your career right now? Are you currently at the 114.5? That is our master's level. Are you at the 320 level, our Centurion, so our top producer level? Are you at the double Centurion, 640? Or are you already at Grand Centurion and you're looking to excel really and be a mega producer over $1 million? If you're at your master's level, congratulations. You do have a successful career in real estate. It's great to be at 114.5 or above, because that means that you have a career in real estate, and we want to have the consistency of that career. But let's look how we can take that, double your income, get you to the Centurion level, which is 320. That's where the home of the top producers are. That's where the top producer status is earned. If you get to 640, congratulations, you're a double centurion. That means you're maximizing your own productivity. You are very efficient in what you do. You seem to definitely be able to make it rain and have those leads come in. And you're probably at this point in time looking to build in systems to have a better quality of life, but also to leverage other people in order to get you to that Grand Centurion level. And that is scalability. That's return on investment. That's business planning. So let's talk about the foundations first. That is the number one thing that you need to do in your business just to not only have successful business, but if you're a Grand Centurion, it's because you have that key foundation built out. So what are some of the key points of the foundations that we want you to have? First of all is a business plan. You must have an ongoing organized plan. Second, a CRM, the hub of your business. This is where all your book of business lies, and this is what you're going to manage your business with. The buyer and seller presentations. If you go on a listing presentation or lucky enough to be on a buyer or a listing presentation because a client is choosing to possibly work with you, you need to have a dynamic presentation that educates them along the process to be most efficient and to provide them with huge value that they grow your business through repeat and referral. So buyer, seller presentations, super important to your foundations. I think the next couple is how you implement your touches, your consistent, organized, automated, in some cases, system of reminding people that you're in the business, but not only reminding, stopping by and seeing them face to face. It's the best form of communication. It's the way that you're going to be able to convince somebody that you are the person that knows the most about real estate and you give the best value. So when they refer you to other people, they know they're going to get a phone call, say, oh my goodness, that he was amazing. She was awesome. So that's what you need to do is calls quarterly and Popeyes, at least I'd say quarterly, but at least twice a year where you're dropping by, giving a gift, seeing them face to face. And of course, the physical mailer, those addresses delivered is so important. Okay, so your physical mailer is very, very important. Your business plan. Now, we have a specific business plan that looks at people you know and then people you don't know, and prospecting for those people and having your marketing systems put in place. So please, if you haven't taken our business plan summary, have a look at our business planning on YouTube. It is available on our YouTube channel. Just go to our YouTube channel, which is Century 21 Heritage Group Training, and click on business planning. If you're taking this in the new Excel platform that we're launching, then that will be available in that as well. Okay, but go through that business planning section. It is the key foundations. And really every year you should be looking at this and looking at, are you doing your newsletters, your Popeyes, your calls, your note cards, your calendars, your events, your birthday cards, all the things that are relationship based. And then also looking at, of course, your current return on investment payments. So if you have an expense of farming, for example, and you're spending $10,000 on farming, are you getting 10 times the return on that investment, which is $100,000 in income every year? So those will be discussed in that as well. The next is the CRM. There are a lot of CRMs out there. The one we provide is awesome. It really is good if you engage with it. I know each CRM is different, so if you've used different ones in the past, you just have to sort of find out and figure out where everything is in this one. If you haven't used it, I know a lot of you are, and a lot of you have put in email addresses, names, phone numbers. You've put a lot of information in there already, but how do you take that and leverage that to the next level? Yes, there's automated newsletters in there. Yes, you can sign up to our physical newsletter program in there. There are great resources. You can do amazing newsletters, amazing marketing pieces. We engage with an app with your clients in order so that they can be on an amazing search device that gives you sold price, everything. That CRM is awesome. But how do you leverage that and make sure that it is organized to the point where I can ask you, I said, who are your advocates? So how many advocates do you have? Advocates are A clients. We tag A in your tagging system within the CRM to make sure that you can pull up your advocates at any time. Because I know that in your business, you could probably do 80% of your year total through 5 advocates, and you'd be making $400,000 a year. 5 advocates can give you 2 deals each. That's 10 deals a year just from your people that are referring you business. Okay. That's where the next B comes in, is your business. So who are your business contacts? Those are people that buy and sell through you every 5 to 7 years. Okay. They're great for business because you want to continuously have that flow of income coming through repeat people. Okay. Those are your business clients. How do you turn business clients into advocates? How do you impress them so much and remind them that you're looking for referrals? You can make your B's into A's. We'll just teach you how to do that. But you have to know who your A's are first, then your B's, and then who your C's are, who are just contacts that know you. These are people that if you were to call them, they would speak to you as if they know you. And you could ask them and say, hey, listen, it's been a while. I like to send out a newsletter, really good information about real estate every month. Hope you don't mind. But I don't have your address in my contact management system. Can I get that for you? As soon as you have their address, now you're going to send them great things monthly. You're going to stop by and do Popeyes. You're going to get their business. Then they're going to be raving fans and they're going to give you business. That's how ABCs work. The D's are, hey, do I delete this person? I met them at an open house. Let's see if we can turn them into a contact, a person that knows me. Let's impress them with some information. Let's see if I can show them some properties. But these are D's. I'm not saying they're deletes. I'm saying delete ? They're questionable. Do you want to delete them because they have been in your CRM? You don't know who they are. They don't know who you are. They're as good as a phone book, if you can remember what a phone book is. Is it as good as just somebody who's a stranger? So these are strangers. These are leads. These can be online leads. Brian Buffini even has an O now, which is online, as a separate section. I almost keep that into a separate CRM so it doesn't cloud your sphere of influence, which we have in Remarketer. But this is the power of the CRM, is that you're going to focus on how do you build relationships? How do you move people along in the process of A, B, C's, and D's? Next, your buyer presentation and your listing presentation. So you need to make sure that you do have this ready at any given time. We provide you 2 company templates. The reason why we do that is so you could go out on a listing presentation tomorrow. You can implement the tools and strategies that we give you. We can empower you to have a presentation that's as good as any top producer. So go in and get the buyer presentation, rebrand it, download it to your computer, change it up, add things in, take things away, make it your own, but have a buyer presentation. The importance of the buyer presentation is so high that so many people, when they start doing them, go, why haven't I been doing this since the beginning? I know that a lot of you will sit down with your buyers and sort of go through the process or answer their questions, but is it organized? Is it impressive? Right? Does that buyer go away going, wow, I'm glad we have him or her on my side. I'm glad that they're going to go to bat for us. They have the information for us. And not only that, we're ready to buy, right? You've gone through their financing and making sure that they have a mortgage specialist and making sure that they're ready with their questions. What happens to deposit, the first-time home buyers plan, some of the new taxes that are implemented, municipal tax differences, the difference between let's say your home inspection, what to expect in your home inspection. What do you give as a gift at the end? Prepare them for some of the, the concierge services that we provide, such as MoveSnap and how you build your business through referrals. This is all stuff that is so important to go over with your buyers and your sellers. So buyer presentation is super important. Make sure you have that ready. Okay, these are all things that should be in place for you to take it to the next level. But please make sure that you have that. If you're looking for that buyer presentation walkthrough, Steve Warren did a great job of a walkthrough of our buyer presentation, going over the key components of that, of course, on our YouTube channel and in the new Excel platform. Okay. The listing presentation. I should be clicking on these buttons more often. Okay, so the listing presentation. Just as important, obviously, as a buying presentation, you have to win the listing. They are going to interview people. A lot of times a buying presentation, they're not interviewing people. So that's why you skip and just show houses and you make that mistake. Don't make that mistake on the buy side, on the listing side. I think most people will go in with a presentation because that seller is looking for market evaluation. They're looking to find out what you're going to do to get the highest and best price. You have to go on the motivations of your sellers. A lot of people, you guys think the motivation of the sellers for the lowest commission, and you're going to have to deal with that issue. You won't have to deal with that issue when you go through a really good listing presentation and prove to them you're going to get them $100,000 more than the next person. You're going to get them more money for their house. So why are they worried about the 1% difference in the commission or having to sort of negotiate that rate? Your rate is your rate. Go in with a strong rate, explain to them how it works, and explain to them how you're going to make more money for them. So the listing presentation is super important to have and ready, and that's part of your foundations. Next is something as simple as a mailed physical to the address newsletter. Okay, your mailed newsletter is so important that we've built out a program and have had it in place for 30 years. The original owner, Pam Prescott, who's my partner, my managing partner, along with me and along with you in the coaching sessions and helping us through this. She started this 35 years ago with her company when she was just had a handful of agents. Now with 750 strong, we have a ton of people on this program, and they just consistently drip a mailed newsletter to people I've done it for the last 17 years. I don't transact anymore, but I still send the newsletter. Why? Because I think it's important to stay in touch with people. I think it's important that they know I'm in real estate. It's important for them to have the market information. So we produce a mailed newsletter every single month. And a lot of you are on it, which is great. But if you're not currently sending a mailed newsletter, you're only 30% effective if you're sending an email newsletter. Okay, so the mailed is part of the foundations, not the emailed. Emailed is something that everybody should be doing. It's fine. It's fluff. It takes you 2 seconds to do an automated email newsletter, but the effort that your clients are going to see, or your potential clients are going to see, you put into sending out a piece like this. They know you're in the business. They know you're solidified, and they know you give great value. So make sure you're sending a mail newsletter. If you have any questions on this or you're doubting this, please call me, right? Call me anytime. I will convince you to do the mailed newsletter. Why? Because it is your highest return on investment you'll ever do in real estate. When I was at the double Centurion level with the team, everyone on the team, including myself, was sending newsletters. We were doing Popeyes and we're doing events and all the great stuff too. But I would rely on my newsletter to catch me where I fall, right? If I haven't called that person in a few years, my bad, right? That newsletter was always being sent, and I'd still receive phone calls from people because I was staying in touch with them. So keep doing that and get going on it. Now, calls and Popeyes. Those are super important because, yes, you can send a mail newsletter. Like I said, there'd be a big mistake if you forget to call them. So have something set up for once a quarter calls. The task management system and Remarketer can help you with this. So we want to make sure that all your people are set up with these type of call campaigns. I personally don't like, CRMs that are telling you when to call, right? Because those task lists get just overdone, right? So you're going to go on, if you go away on vacation, you're going to have 600 things to do, including calls and pop-up and all that kind of stuff. I get the CRM needs to be there for organization and to help you as task reminders, not as drip campaigns. So don't put 100 people in there and say, yeah, call them once a week or something like that, because you won't follow your CRM. It can get clouded. That's why we want to teach you how to use the CRM. Come out Thursdays, engage with us on this, call me anytime, but make sure you're making quarterly calls. And when you've made that call and you've had a good conversation, make the notes in the system and then schedule another call in 4 months because you talked to them. Right? So make sure that you reschedule your task. And then on the Popeyes, make sure that you are doing these, I say 4 times a year. We have agents doing them even more than that. We have Grand Centurion level agents that do Popeyes 4 times a year. Now, twice a year, I still think is effective. So make sure at least twice a year you're doing Popeyes. Here's a good example of one. Having the right real estate agent on your side makes you one smart cookie. Thank you for your referrals. And they have home baked cookies in there. Okay, that's just an example. There's 500 of them on YouTube or on Google. Just type in Popeyes real estate. You will see 500 different ideas. If you come up with one creative yourself, even better. But you feel free to get out there and face to face, dropping off little gifts. Trust me when I say your business will explode if you're doing this. So foundationally, it needs to be there. That's what's going to get you to 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, right? And then we can look to scale. So, in review, a house without a good foundation is going to fall apart, and so is your business. You are always going to be nervous, scared to see, it's January, the market's down, not enough transactions, not enough business in the pipeline. Systems are failing. Why? Because you haven't reminded people, you haven't stopped by to see them, you haven't made your calls, you're not engaging, you're not building relationships. If you have those systems and relationships built, the foundation is going to be solid and you're going to have a good career. So make sure you're not like this house without a foundation. So just to recap, Thursdays in office, okay, for the coaching program. We are going to have that at 1 o'clock this week, as well as scheduled. So see the monthly schedules that we send out for the training. So check them on, and we're going to send out notifications well in advance, as well as the day of. And just to make sure that this week specifically, bring your business plan. Okay, so watch that business planning seminar on YouTube. Seller presentation, buyer presentation, and bring your laptop so we can talk about CRMs. We want to go over the CRM with you. We want to make sure that you're set up with ABCs and Ds, and that you're engaging with your clients and contacts to call them, get addresses. That's got to be in place. So you got a couple weeks to do this, to get on to what we're going to talk about next week on the next Road to Grand Centurion seminar next Monday at 10 a.m. So hope to see everyone next Monday at 10 a.m. and everyone should get to their offices. So we've got Bradford, Newmarket, Richmond Hill, Thornhill, Hamilton, Kingston, all set up. Your managers are going to be there helping facilitate along with your other agents, and they're going to show you some of their stuff as well. Great. Thanks everybody. And we'll see you next Monday.